Now you're on a conference call with Daniel Jeremiah, former NFL GM type. He worked in a number of scouting departments. Take me through what he had to say about Caleb Farley and what you think about Farley. Virginia Tech, that's the cornerback, ranked high by a lot of people, but some injury concerns.
Well, I'll start with what Daniel Jeremiah said, and I asked him specifically if he thought, the timing of the back surgery played a role in why he's dropping. I know Jeremiah said he still really likes him, that he's got a chance to be the best corner in this entire draft. And he basically echoed that sentiment that maybe timing has something to do with it, but there's still an injury history. He said that the pick of Farley is going to come then to how a team's medical staff is going to feel about it. Are they going to clear him? Do they think it's too much of a risk, considering he has some injury issues? But if he's healthy, I think he's a guy worth going up and getting if you're the Browns. I've, of course, spoken, I think getting a taller corner before is a great idea to go to pair alongside Denzel Ward and guys like Caleb Farley who move and have the ball skills that he has at 6'2", about 207 pounds. They don't come around too often. So I think in a lot of ways that could be, to me, that's worth the risk. I know we're about a week out. I've kind of had 4 or 5 different, thoughts of where I would be leaning. This is kind of where I am right now. It could still change in the next week, but right now I'm in the camp of it's probably the best idea to go ahead and gamble and trade up if you can to get Caleb Farley.
What do you like about him? What makes him a guy you kind of identify? What do you like about his game?
I mean, he's got, obviously the size stands out to me. Number one, again, about 6'2". You don't get long corners like him very often. And it's not just that he's tall. He has great corner instincts and he knows how to play the football. You look at his numbers from 2019, the last season he played, 16 pass breakups, 4 interceptions. And he really did this in his second year as a corner. He redshirted in 2017, moved over from the offense to the defense. He also, of course, had a torn ACL that time, so that kind of plays into some injury concerns with him. But to have the production he had in those 2 seasons is significant, that he's produced. It's not just raw talent. It's not just you're looking at a guy that you see just a projectable frame of 6'2". You're not just looking at hypotheticals. You've seen it on the field for 2 seasons. He's legitimate. There's been a lot of talk up until the last 6 weeks of whether he or Patrick Surtain Jr. from Alabama is going to be the number 1 corner. That's how good Caleb Farley is. I think he's falling because of the injury, and it's fair, to say that, that's right now a concern. It's just going to come down to, I think, how much the Browns trust him, how much the Browns medical staff, trusts where Farley is in his medical state. Is the back healed enough? Do they think it's not going to be an issue long term?
And reports were that the back injury was minor. I don't know that I'd any back injury to an NFL player. I don't know how minor it is, but the reports initially were that it was minor. Correct?
Yeah, I'm 32 years old. I've had back issues before. I can attest that they're no fun. So imagine what it's like if you're going full speed on a football field. So, there are reasons to be concerned. The good news, again, is that it's minor, that you hope it's nothing serious, that he'll get cleared in time. He'll be able to go in training camp. And I think that's probably the best case scenario is that it's just a normal recovery. He had the surgery a few weeks ago, so it's not like he's having it, say, in the next week or two. That, he's already a month out from surgery. So I think that kind of plays in his favor, along with the fact that, like you said, it was a minor surgery.